Shanae. I'm so glad you guys came back to visit me. I've been totally MIA. They got me. They stuck me in the hospital, which totally sucked. So I've already got my skin prep on, and in case you guys wonder what I do first, I use this hyaluronic acid from The Ordinary because my skin is super dry, and also I think it's a really good skin prep. It never hurts to start using things like this to start with taking care of your skin no matter how old you are. First things first, I'm going to use this e.l.f. primer. It's really soft. It smells really good, kind of minty, and it gets my skin ready for my makeup. So I do not put this on my eyelids because I find that it makes my eyelids kind of greasy, and if I put it on my eyelids, it makes my shadow just run like crazy, and that's totally not a good look. Next, I'm going to mix NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop with a little bit of CeraVe moisturizing lotion because my skin is crazy dry, and it mixes together and makes kind of a tinted moisturizer so that my skin doesn't look all kinds of ashy and super lumpy bumpy. So you guys, I have been listening to so much Nirvana and Garbage and Hole, all those 90s grunge bands to get ready for my video today because I want to do a super fun, grungy, 90s inspired eye. I think it's going to be super fun. But also, while I'm doing that, I have to tell you guys about the story of my haunted pregnancy. The story is true. I know that saying haunted pregnancy sounds kind of weird, but I have no idea how else to describe this thing. My first son was a year and a half old, and the three of us lived in a triplex, which was really relatively new, and so it never occurred to us that there could be any kind of weird haunting type situation. Everything with the pregnancy was very normal. The baby was totally normal. There were no weird happenings in the house. Everything by most people's standards was uneventful. And then one night I was sitting on the couch in the living room and my husband was coming downstairs. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, my husband grabs his back and starts screaming bloody murder. And of course, I jump up and I'm like, what's going on? Are you okay? What's happening? And my husband starts frantically lifting his shirt as he continues to stand in the middle of the staircase. And he says, my back is on fire. My back is on fire. Something got me. And I'm like, what do you mean something got you? And he says, I don't know, but there's definitely something wrong. Can you please, please, please come over and look at my back? There's something going on. My back just feels like it is on fire. So he comes running down the rest of the stairs, and I run over to him and lift up his shirt, and lo and behold, there are 3 enormous scratches that go from one side of his back all the way down to the other. So I am immediately freaked out by the whole situation because I have no idea what on earth could have possibly done this to him. Now, I know what you're thinking. It had to have been an animal or something like that. But I assure you, there's no possible way this could have been an animal. At the time, we have a single animal, and it is a very small 5-pound Chihuahua. Now, I don't know if you know anything about Chihuahuas, but they aren't exactly springy. There's no way this tiny dog sprung up on the stairs and scratched this man's back, who happens to be 6'2", by the way, and scratched him from one side of his back to the other. And P.S., she happened to be sitting next to me on the couch the whole time. So having rolled out the Chihuahua, we are left totally dumbfounded by these giant scratches that are raised, bleeding, and look very similar to that of fresh cat scratches. And I'll tell you, the poor guy was in pain for quite a while after we discovered the scratches. But it doesn't end there. Whatever the thing was that caused the scratches on him the first time continued to chase my husband around for months afterwards. My poor husband would be in mid-step in some random part of the house and all of a sudden grab his back or his side or his stomach, scream out in pain, lift his shirt, and there would be another fresh set of scratches right where he was holding himself. Now, at the time, I was like, we have to be missing something. There has to be some reasonable explanation for something that's causing him so much pain and for something that's causing him to be getting these scratches. There has to be something going on, something we're missing. I don't know. There has to be something somewhere that is making this happen. And then one day, out of nowhere, I was walking down the stairs. And as I'm walking down the stairs in all of my pregnant glory, lo and behold, I feel a terrible burning pain on my back. Now, at the time, I was home alone and I couldn't run to my husband and say, look at this, there's something going on. And I had a suspicion that I might already know. So I ran into the bathroom, turned myself around in the mirror as much as I could, being that I was big and pregnant. And lo and behold, 3 giant scratch marks on my back. Now, at that time, I had escaped whatever weirdness was going on and nothing had happened to me at all. Whatever it was, whatever was living in our house, whatever was tormenting us, seemed to be targeting singularly my husband. That is when things started to get even weirder. So, as most husbands would, mine got super protective after I got the scratches on my back. He really tried not to leave my side or leave me alone in the house whenever it was possible, because I mean, he still had to go to work and everything. I mean, you have to live your day-to-day life. And that's when we started noticing some other kind of weird, creepy things go on in our house. I mean, I was hella pregnant and I liked my space. So it was pretty regular for him to sit on one couch and for me to sit on the other. And what we started to notice was that wherever I sat, there was a really cold spot next to me. Now, I know what you're thinking. I had to have been sitting next to a window or next to an AC duct or something like that. But it was winter, so there was definitely no AC running. It wasn't too long after we noticed that the cold spot was following me around that we noticed the cold spot was following my husband around. So now we are left wondering what's going on. I mean, are we imagining this thing? Is this something that's playing with our minds? Are we losing our shit? What the hell is this thing? So we're kind of reduced to playing ghost hunters at this point. And if you've seen my previous videos, you know I'm down with that. So we buy an infrared temperature detector and we decide we're going to use this handy dandy little gizmo to see if we are losing our or if this is real. We were sitting in the living room one night watching TV as per usual, when lo and behold, that damn cold spot shows up right next to me on the couch. So my husband rips out this infrared temperature gauge thingy and starts checking the temperature right next to me where this cold spot is. And we realize the temperature is like 15 degrees colder than everywhere else in the room. And then we measured it over and over and over again every single time we felt the cold spot. And every single time the temperature was 10 to 15 degrees colder everywhere the cold spot was. So without a doubt, this happy little cold spot was following me around. But wait, there's more. I don't know, Kira. How much more could there possibly be? Well, let me tell you. See, one night, my son and I were home alone because my husband had to go get baby food and stuff like that. And my pregnant ass was lying sprawled out on the couch, watching TV in the living room while my son played happily on the floor. Well, as we sat there quietly, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the TV shuts off and the ceiling fan starts spinning like crazy. Now, there was absolutely no reason for this because nobody hit a light switch. Nobody turned the TV off. So, of course, I call my husband immediately and tell him to hurry his ass home from the store because I am in pure panic mode. And if I don't calm the down, I'm going to go into labor right now. So the poor guy flies home, finds me absolutely cowering on the couch while our son happily is still playing on the floor, oblivious to everything that's going on. Don't know if I'm in love with the red lip, is what it is. Anywho, the rest of the pregnancy goes on like this, weird shit happening constantly, and then my son is born. So I've got a 2-year-old and I've got a newborn, and the craziness kind of winds down, and then all of a sudden, lo and behold, my 2-year-old starts giggling and laughing and playing by himself, which is kind of normal. 2-year-olds do this, except that he is talking about playing with a little boy named Julian, who we've never heard of. We have no family named Julian, and we have no idea what to do about this crazy bananas bonkers. And the crazy thing is, it didn't even stop there because my youngest son started seeing things when he was about 2 years old. But that's like a whole nother video. Anyhow, I'm going to put some eyelashes on and I will be right back with your final look. Hey guys, so this is it, my 90s grunge inspired look. Do you like it? Anyway, you guys, until next time, don't forget to love yourself. Always be a unicorn. Bye!